Well, this is Guns and Eyes and Watches, and of course, we're back with the chickens. I've been making, I guess, chicken videos, and I'll make some other ones just because I deal with basically high-tech solutions constantly. And as society gets more high-tech, they also get more high-touch, which means the increase in service industries, this, that, or the other. But in my situation, it's getting back to the farm, growing some things, and I have to water my chicken run. Why is that? Well, number one, we're loading it up with chicken poo, and that basically loads the system with a lot of organic matter, a lot of waste, a lot of this, that, or the other, and a lot that waste has to be dealt with in some way through microbial fashion, and the best way to stimulate actually the destruction of that is through just watering, having grass, having this, there, or the other. The grass feeds them, the bugs eat off the grass, da 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 da. So it's a very symbiotic relationship, and it actually functions rather well. I really like those little 3-gallon waters there. I don't know, you can probably get them at any Tractor Supply or get them probably anywhere. TSC or Stockdale's or something, or you probably buy them online. They work incredibly well in almost any environment, at almost any angle. As long as you put the little out spout going downhill, they really do work. I really like the 6-foot gates that I've put in. Now these are bull gates for actual bulls, but I just did it that way in case a piece of machinery hit it. The trick to these little waters is just to get the little spout on the lowest side, that way it doesn't just dump out. If you put it on the high side, basically it'll all just run out. And of course, we've been treating our chickens. Now I'll get into what we used to treat our chickens here in a little bit, but all I really do is I water it probably every other day. And I know in a lot of locales, there are water shortages and you can't do this. I'm lucky where I live to not have to deal with that. You can see the rest of the grass is all really nice and green. It's just that in the run, they're basically eating the grass so fast. And as I said, it helps with the nutrient load, it helps with the smell, it helps with everything. And if your run or your coop or your anything smells kind of bad, then you might have to do something like I had to do with watering it, just to get everything to break down correctly at a fast enough rate. Now we're sustainable for 90 chickens here, and of course anybody has seen my coops. These we have our solar system here, and we're about to clean out these coops today, which is why we're kind of being so intensive. We've got our smaller one, of course, with our baby chickens, which I've done videos. This is nothing new. You got 3 boxes in there, and one thing when you're making any of these, make sure you have proper ventilation. They didn't allow for proper ventilation on this one, so I just basically drilled a hole up top, let the hot air out, and it's not so big. Of course, you can clean out your eggs there. The solar setup, I guess I said in the last video, and these are really dirty right now. We basically have a battery there. We have our charge controller, and we're good. Photovoltaic, we're getting power there. Charge the battery. We have our inverter, and you can see it's got dust on it. Power that puppy up. 800-watt inverter. Solar panels come through the ceiling. Da da da. Hello. We need to clean. But anyway, So what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to take that vent up at the top, put a fan there, and then power that fan and suck it through the windows, fresh air, because these windows are only single hung, which means the hot air, basically, if you didn't have this door open, has very little way of ventilating out of there except for through those vents to the top. And even though the vents to the top do work through passive means, yet there's grating there, there's a screen there, there's a lot of things to actually make that hole smaller than it appears. So we're going to get a little active control on that, and see how we're going to, you know, make this thing work. In fact, I'm going to go ahead, since we are going to clean them out today, open the doors, let things get nice and dry, so that we can work in there pretty easily. Hey Sam, how you doing? You're just being a big boy, aren't you? He was one of our free chickens, because we get our chickens from Murray McMurray. Let's see if I can do this while holding a camera and looking through a viewfinder. Of course, here's a little different one, a little different orientation. Of course, I've got hang feeders in there, and these are the 42 gallon or something trash bags. They will hold basically 4 bags of food. It's not, it's really not rocket science. And how you doing? We're gonna come up and hang out. I know. They're not gonna like us here in a little bit. We're gonna close that whole area off up above there. And of course, we have a hen that's a little more pissed off than normal. But we've got one more time of moving that sprinkler, and we're coming right up on time. So this is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and have a good one.